in today's session of Market Movers, we will see if there are any emerging scalping opportunities in the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which is increasingly looking overbought closer to 29,000. We didn't really see Dow Jones getting past 29,000, but after getting close to the crucial levels, we are again seeing that sellers are exerting pressure, and now it is trading below 28,500. So we will see what are the emerging opportunities in today's session. If you consider the trading context for the day, the data docket for today's session has been kind of full, starting from the major Asian economies of Australia, China, Japan, even continuing in the European trading session. We got plenty of releases coming in from major European economies, and also for the US, we have the PMI data coming in. So that is, in a way, you can say a busy day for those people who trade on the fundamental news releases. If you consider the Reserve Bank of Australia's monetary policy announcement here, it has decided to leave the cash rates unchanged at 0.25%. So there is no change in the monetary policy, and the key announcement which stands out is this expansion of the term funding facility to ease the liquidity constraints in the Australian economy, and also to facilitate more credit growth in the Australia's economy, so that businesses are able to cope with the current stress on account of ongoing pandemic. Moving on to the euro area, we got the inflation rate, and here the euro area has now entered into a deflationary zone as its CPI has gone below 0%, and for the month of August, the CPI stands at minus 0.2% in terms of year on year, and if we consider the same figure in terms of month on month, it is still in the deflationary zone with reading at minus 0.4%. So the prices have actually started to decline as the demand has crashed. For North American trading session, just in a while, we are scheduled to get these ISM manufacturing PMI data, and for the US economy, we are expecting the ongoing expansion to continue in the month of August as well, and the expectations are of a strong reading, pretty close to 55 for this month. Now let's move on to the technical aspects. In today's session, first we will see the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and then we will move on to the USDJPY. Let's start with the Dow Jones Industrial Average technical outlook first. This is the daily time frame chart for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and it has been a steady upward momentum for the Dow Jones Industrial Average after making low closer to the 19,000. It basically, at one point in time, it was even fairly close to 18,000, but after that the reversal has been fairly sharp, and now in these last couple of weeks, of course, the growth, the momentum has slowed, but the direction has not really changed, and it has been steadily climbing up. And this GAN angle, if we were to consider it here, you can observe that this phenomenal run has been kind of consistent with various angle here. We have seen the Dow Jones Industrial Average price action climb and then fall in the next zone, and of course continue the rally upwards. Here also it has been crawling closer to this lower line, but it has maintained its upward trajectory, and now again it is getting close to this crucial level. And if we consider the EMA crossover, that is also pointing to the continuation of the uptrend. So we are not really trying to look for a big sell trades here. We are basically concerned with the short to medium term opportunities for scalping if there are any. So coming to the lower time frame chart of 4 hourly, here we have the central pivot point around 27,000 zone, and on the higher side we have the resistance, first resistance of this month's pivot point series at 29,400. So there is no real big resistance zone or support zone, and it is pretty much like caught in between. So now mostly we will have to rely on the price action for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, while keeping in mind that the underlying momentum is still on the bullish side, but that should not, uh, you can say, it should not dampen our spirit to look for the sell trades, as well as we are more or less looking for sharp stop losses and targets here. The price action has now entered into the lower band of this regression curve, and as the time progresses we can expect this regression curve to flatten to some extent, and that will also signal the consolidation phase for the Dow Jones Industrial Average after this long run on the higher side. So for today's session, we have this crucial zone coming in closer to prior swing lows and this prior swing high. And even in today's session, we are seeing that 28,500 zone has been acting as a crucial marker for the Dow Jones Industrial Average price action. And here, after yesterday's break on the lower side, we saw this consolidation happening. And whenever it tried to get close to those that level, we saw again it being pushed on the lower side as the selling pressure resumed. Now it is getting past this 100 SMA zone and now moving toward this 200 SMA, which is there around 28,200. And if we do really see this break below 200 SMA zone, then that will expand or extend the possibility of Dow Jones Industrial Average entering into a deeper correction phase. But even now, we here can continue to look for selling opportunities anywhere close to 28,500. So this is the marker on which we can think about going in for fresh selling opportunities, while keeping the stop loss just closer to this immediate swing high, the swing high for last couple of months around 28,800. Unless and until there is a fresh break above this level, I think the bias is likely to remain on the sideways to bearish manner, and that should open up the possibilities for us to look for trading opportunities for scalping, and it will give us the risk reward ratio also fairly good, as we are looking at the possibility of Dow Jones Industrial Average moving below this 200 SMA zone towards 28,000 or even beyond that. So for a risk of around 250 to 300 points, you can target almost 500 to 600 points, and that will give you the risk reward ratio of roughly 1 is to 2. Now let's see what is happening in the currency segment. This is the daily time frame chart, and the Dow Jones, the USDJPY has consolidated in this tight range for last couple of sessions, and even in yesterday's session we saw its recovery stalled closer to 106 zone. So for us in today's session, 106 is going to be of fairly high importance, and we will see if we can exploit the current situation where the underlying momentum remains bearish, and we can expect in due course of time to the USDJPY to get towards this 100% expansion of its prior fall. If we take a look on the lower time frame charts like 4 hourly, here we have this central pivot point of this month's pivot point series at 106.02, and also now the regression curve has flattened, and the price action is also in the lower band of this regression curve. So taken together, we have this opportunity emerging in the USDJPY. Even in yesterday's session, we had seen the possibility of continuing to look for short selling opportunities in the USDJPY, and if any of you had gone in for the trade, close to 106 in USDJPY, I think you might be sitting in profit and you can continue to hold on to your position for a move on the downward side in coming session. So here, take a you can say keep a close watch on these important price marker here, unless and until we see a sustained break above these crucial resistance. We can continue to look for new opportunities in the USD and if we are fortunate enough to get the entry anywhere close to this 106 zone with stop loss coming in just little above this lower band of this upward moving trajectory. So for a stop loss of around 30 to 35 pips, we can target almost 70 pips on the lower side, and that will give us the target fairly close to this prior swing low, which is there around 105.20. So conservatively also we will be having the pretty good risk reward ratio going into this trade. So in today's session, see if you can get the entry close to 106, and if you do get, then that would be excellent opportunity to go in for a fresh short selling trade in the USD JPY. So that's it from my side for today's session. If any of you have any query or any idea to share, you can write it in the comment section and I would be more than happy to take the discussion forward. Before I sign off, I would also like to remind of the risk associated with trading in the financial instrument, and one should be careful while using the information provided. Have a fabulous day ahead. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.